What's going on, family? We still holding on strong. We still doing what we need to do. I just want to say thank God for y'all, the viewers that's looking, even the controlled opposition. I thank God for you because you keep me on my toes. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody's had a great holiday, even the controlled opposition. You know what I'm saying? Woo! I'm just thankful, and I'm gonna keep going on strong. God gives me strength to keep pressing on. I'm gonna press on. That's the main thing. That's the main focus. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to what's this dude name? Michael Parson. Old school dude. One source posted him. I already subscribed to him, but I like, you know, I just sometimes when they videos out, if it don't seem entertaining to me, I don't look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to the tactics and stuff like that, it can get boring really quick. Like my first 2 years, it was fascinating. But once I got that hang, or once I got the finally clicked about plausible deniability, it started getting boring real fast. But you can get really caught up in the rabbit hole, the plausible deniability, really, really fast. You can get caught up in it really, really fast, and it can really grow in your mind and invade your space. You know what I'm saying? Fully. You know what I mean? The more entertaining things to me now is just talking about God, talking about how to overcome the program, people's testimony and how they overcame the program. Just hey, Fernando, yes sir. Oh, so it's basically how can you overcome? How can you overcome the program? What type of the supernatural, that catches my attention too. The supernatural stuff, like certain people may say things pop up out of nowhere, monitoring spirits. You know what I'm saying? I deal with those things too. I deal with those supernatural things too. That it's like hard for you to explain. You know what I'm saying? Dream manipulation. I deal with things like that. It's entertainment when people actually get in detail and actually explain themselves. It starts getting boring when people just riding around recording color coordination and dog walkers synchronizations. That just and one headlight. That just gets boring. But what's for them is for them. What's for me is for me. So I can't tell a person how to run their own show. You know what I mean? It's just that I hope, God opened the door for, more TIs to, just try to articulate yourself more creatively and just not say the same repetitive thing over and over, And if you feel that is with my videos, I apologize. I try to switch things up. I try not to say the same thing every time. You know what I'm saying? But, I don't have the creative skills like other people do have. You know what I'm saying? But I can give you my wisdom that I've experienced and how to navigate through this thing and what I'm going through, So that's what's up. So if you know the movie The Matrix, I think it's the third Matrix movie where the Zion is the city or the place. They got it from the Bible, the city of the safe haven place, you know what I'm saying? The safest place on earth, Zion. But in the movie The Matrix, Zion is actually a city built by humans unplugged from the Matrix. They weren't even born in the Matrix, you know what I'm saying? They were born in that city. They don't even have the holes in their body, you know what I'm saying? Those who have holes in their body, they were born in the Matrix. Those who didn't have holes in their body, they were born in Zion. These people were free and they was warring with the machines trying to exterminate those who ain't part of the Matrix system. You get what I'm saying? So in Zion, when the machines, the little, the squid-like machines, the squid-looking machines with the little tentacle sentinels that you call them, when they finally breach inside one of their little bases or whatever areas, and they breached and they dug that hole in there, and it was all out war, and they had those robots and they were shooting and they were shooting. And then at the end, you know what I'm saying? There was the main general on top of the robot shooting, and all those sentinels came at him like a beehive. All right. They came at him like a beehive. When they came at him, they came at his face, and they cut him. 1,000 cuts. Looked like it was about 1,000 cuts. That's the same thing going on with this program. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Michael Parsons when he talked about phase 5, the phase 5 of your targeting, the isolation and removal. When he was going in talking about the covert investigation, they do a covert surveillance on you first, before they do the overt, harassment. Before they start doing harassment, they've been watching you for a while. They've been watching what you like, who you like to be around, all type of stuff. They've been watching you for a while. You know what I'm saying? Then they do, boom, the overt harassment. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the phase, the final phase that he says, the isolation and removal. But one thing he forgot is like isolation removal or recruitment. He didn't mention recruitment. But that's basically the final phase. Either you get recruited or they're going to try to, remove you and isolate you enough where you can be removed. So the thing is, what he mentioned was death by 1,000 cuts. And that's the same with the dude went out with 1,000 cuts, got cut up bad, and his robot fell, boom. And the dude the little kid dude went out there and that was giving him ammunition, took over. Before the general died, convinced him to take over the robot to open up the Zion Gate, so Naomi can get on in there with her ship. She can get on in there and stuff like that. So yeah, boom. That was, the 1,000 cuts. So what am I saying about the 1,000 cuts? 1,000 cuts is the people, your acquaintances. It can be family members. It can be friends. It can be strangers. You know what I'm saying? Co-workers. The 1,000 cuts is basically everybody does micro plausible deniability tactics. You know what I'm saying? They just do micro tactics. So one person can say something indirect. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Another person can say the indirect. Another person can wear a shirt that says something indirect that might be something personal to you. You know what I'm saying? Or boom, a person at work can say something indirect that's personal to you. It adds up. The psychological torture, it adds up. You know what I mean? Or the bus driver can delay or not come at all. You know what I'm saying? Or you can go to the laundromat and machines ain't working. You know what I mean? You can try to get something and it doesn't show up. Your mail is delayed. You know what I'm saying? You can try to order some food or something and your food is delayed. You know what I mean? Or your food is skimped. You know what I mean? They give you a small plate or they burn your food. And the meat that you usually get might be spoiled or it might be out of stock. The milk that you might get might just be spoiling. You know what I'm saying? And the expiration date is a whole month ahead. So you looking at it like it shouldn't doggone spoil at all. You know what I mean? What's up with that? You get what I'm saying? So this is the thing. This is the 1,000 cuts. And let's say friends or our family, people that been rocking with you for a long time, they'll sit there and play like they don't know what's going on with the program. They'll gaslight you all day, and then they'll do the micro tactics as well. But you have to have discernment. Sometimes the micro tactics be unknowingly, and it's just monkey see, monkey do type mentality. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like people are intentionally, trying to get their cut in, trying to play their part in the damaging to isolate you. So when it breaks down the trust, it brings your trust to a minimum. You know what I'm saying? people may seem like they got you, and then right at the last minute, you know what I'm saying, when you think they got your back, they renege. You know what I'm saying? They like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's like you open the door for people to just basically mishandle you. So that's the thousand cuts. So when people are personally close to you, they want to get close to you where they can mishandle, betray you, get you angry, get you out of your character. You know what I'm saying? And the whole purpose of that is to either get you to act out, to be a crash dummy, you know what I mean? Or to get you to be isolated. You know what I'm saying? Programmers been doing a good job of having me isolated. I say that. You know, I go to work and then I go in my bubble. You know what I'm saying? I try to have a minimum, give people a minimal opportunity to display their thousand cuts. Certain things is inevitable. If I go to work, they're going to get their cut on. They're going to get their cuts in. If I go to get grocery store, they're going to get their cuts in. You know what I'm saying? If I go wash my clothes, you know, anytime I encounter people outside that, you know what I'm saying, it's not positive reinforcement, they're doing their little micro cuts on me. You know what I mean? Expecting me to psychologically break, mentally break. That's the whole purpose of it. Get him to mentally break. Whew. Oh my gosh. This sea moss. Ugh. It's nasty, but it got so many minerals. It's good. It's nasty, but it's good. You know, some things that's bitter, it's better. It's good for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with the bitter tactics that they do. You know what I mean? The hatred that they project onto you is actually helping you navigate. You know what I mean? The minimal trust that you have with people. They want you to not have trust in anybody. They want you to be so paranoid that people that even have your back, close people that have your back, they want you to even isolate from them, which is not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? They want to project to you all type of things to get you, to make you feel guilty that you have, to make you feel guilty that you're married, you have a wife, you know what I'm saying? They want to make you feel guilty about that. They want to psych you out so bad. This is me and my situation. This is how I feel. They want to psych me out so bad that they want me to be like, oh, I'm just going to leave everything and just, you know, pick up my cross and follow God. So you just have to be wise. You know what I mean? Because they're at the level where they'll use religion and get people to get on these platforms or whatever to twist scripture. You know what I'm saying? If they see if you're a follower and you actually taking in the nutrients of these platforms, you know what I'm saying? It's going to hold root. It's going to sprout in your mind. You're going to actually think that that's a divine message from God and not a manipulative tactic, you know what I'm saying, to get people to let go of the things that's holding them together. You know what I'm saying? That's keeping them going, keeping them striving, keeping them thriving, and fully embrace the thousand cuts. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you have to be careful when it comes to these thousand cuts tactics. You know, isolation is good, but certain people, if they have your back, even though they might be doing a little bit of micro tactics, even though, you know what I'm saying, if they have your back, they have your back. They haven't betrayed you. You have certain people that actually will betray you, say they got you and they don't have you. That's obvious. You know what I'm saying? People that say they'll do something for you and they don't do something for you, that's obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like situations where like people said that, you know what I mean? I had a situation where a person said I could stay with them. You get what I'm saying? And it's wild. You know what I'm saying? You know, this person even paid for this person even paid for my ticket and everything. So I go up there and then the person just, you know, renege on me. Just basically like, hey, you know, get you a shelter. You know, I had to be in a shelter, get you a shelter. I'm like, dang, that wasn't the original agreement. Original agreement was we was going to rock it out as TIs and make it work. Like I would have got a job, got on my feet. But then later down the line, I started rocking it out with this person. But I just tell, you know what I'm saying? This person really didn't have, you know, me in their best interest. You know what I'm saying? So things shifted the way they shifted. You get what I'm saying? And that's part of the thousand cuts. You got and I ain't holding no hatred. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? I thank God because if it wasn't for that person, I wouldn't have the blessings that I have now. So I'm thankful. I'm keep pushing. I keep striving, and I keep going. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. That's the name of the game. You know what I mean? But when people say they got you and they don't have you, you know what I'm saying? You gotta forgive them, but you gotta keep a distance with that person. You know what I mean? And all the reinforcements and stuff. And that's part of the 1,000 cuts. Now, when they do these micro tactics, you have to have mental immunity. You know what I'm saying? You can't let it phase you. You know what I mean? But it does let you know, like, oh, you can only open up to these people to a certain degree, especially when they do indirects. Like the color coordination, the street theater, stuff like that. But when they doing indirects, you know what I'm saying, that's participating in your defamation of character, that's participating, you know what I'm saying, and like, how do you notice? You know what I'm saying? That's when you have to kind of close off and keep things to a minimum. You know what I mean? Make sure they don't have too many access points. You get what I'm saying? And then like with certain channels, you know what I'm saying? If they know that you're watching certain channels on YouTube, it don't matter if a person says they're TI or not. It seems like they will have personal stuff like to kind of say to you. They won't say your name. It's like a game of charades. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to figure it. It's like they force you to figure it out. Like, oh yeah, you know, this whole time you think I'm speaking positive, but I'm actually indirectly throwing shots at you. You know what I'm saying? Don't rock with you. Once I get the light bulb, it depends. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they'll give you some good information. Sometimes they'll flip and do the indirect. It's just that I don't have time for the indirects. I'll unsubscribe, but I'll probably still soak in some of the information if it's good or not. It is what it is because the entertainment is at a bare minimum when you get to a certain level and you're targeted. So it's just like you soak up the game, you eat the fish, you spit out the bones. You know, I built up mental immunity now. I got to this point where I'm able to filter out, I'm able to soak in some of the good stuff that they do say, and then I'm able to filter out all the shots and directs that they do display. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm thankful to God I'm in a good situation. I don't care about being popular. I don't care about winning the viewer's choice or all this indirect stuff that they're projecting to try to put me in a artificial competition amongst people that I've personally encountered in the past. You know what I'm saying? They might project like, oh, this person is better than you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? If that's your opinion, that's your opinion. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? He's the people's choice. That's what's up. I'm not hating on this person. That's what's up. Let that person know you're the people's choice. You get what I'm saying? That's not going to build hatred towards me to anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, it just makes some of the content boring and it makes some of the experience that I have with people awkward. You get what I'm saying? That's all. It's just part of the 1,000 cuts. Because I don't want to be in a competition. I'm in this thing to survive. I'm in this thing to thrive. I'm in this thing to be a family man. I'm in this thing to try to make my money, have a relationship with God, and hopefully open the door for like-minded people that don't betray me, that don't say one thing and do the opposite or do the other. You know what I mean? And try to flip it on you like you the bad person or you the person that betrayed them. But all from the beginning, they betrayed you. You know what I'm saying? So just like certain people, if you say something, you got to have integrity, hold your word to it. You know what I'm saying? And boom, like that. You know what I mean? People will say they got your back and then they'll come up with all type of excuses. Now it's like, oh, okay, you up here, you don't up just in the city. I don't know nothing about, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, get a shelter. Like, dang, what the heck? I could have got a shelter where I was at. You know what I'm saying? But see how God works? God helped me turn lemon into lemonade. And, you know, people are bitter about it because that was never the plan. That actually went against the plan. I was never supposed to meet who I met. I was never supposed to, you know what I'm saying? It went against the plan. So now they want to try to separate. That's the whole object of the game. They want to try to separate me from my blessing and use this artificial competition to like guilt trip me or to anger me. And it's not going to work. I see it. I see the codes. You know what I'm saying? I see the 1,000 cuts. I don't care how many people don't like me on the platform. I don't care how many people don't like me. I still got to wake up. I still got to live. I still got to make money. I still got to do what I got to do. I'm past that point. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about how people perceive me. I'm still gonna get my messages across. I'm still gonna do what I need to do. If the people choice feel like that person's better than me, then that's what's up. Salute to that person. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing an awesome job. You know what I'm saying? You helping me out. You get what I mean? I'm not operating off my ego. So I just hope other people ain't operating off their ego as well. You know what I'm saying? Because me operating off my ego gonna lead to my demise. You know what I'm saying? No jealousy, no envy over here. You know what I mean? But I'm just letting the people know I see what's going on. I see what y'all trying to create. Y'all have a good job of fooling others, but you can't fool me. Even though people flip scriptures, use scriptures, it doesn't do anything to me. So with that being said, family, y'all keep y'all head up. The year is about to end. Work, do what you need to do. When these 1,000 cuts come to you, don't let it phase you. When people say they got you and they don't have you, and you know, it don't matter if it's it don't matter who it is. You know what I mean? You take that in, you forgive them, but you don't give them access points to do it again, to do it over and over and over. And the money thing, make sure you're budgeting your money, spending your money wisely, because if they can trick you out of your money, if they can trick, you know what I'm saying? If they can trick you out of your money and put you in a low vibrational state or put you where you can't grow, you need to stop messing with that person. And with that being said, family, peace. That's all it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no violence over here. Ain't no threats over here. Ain't no aggression over here. You know what I mean? So peace. Peace be upon you. You know, keep going on your journey. It's all love over here. Peace.